Welcome, everyone, to the house that Rodney built, Notre Dame Stadium, underneath the watchful eye of Touchdown Jesus, the home of the Fighting Irish. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the AAC, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field to start this game off. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He'll run it again. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Quarterback will audible. They'll put the tight end in motion. Wants to throw. It's Moncrief. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline clinic. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
And a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. Tackled, but he has a first down.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. Touchdown, Notre Dame! What a catch and run for 6. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
So the Navy Midshipmen offense comes out, and they'll try to put together their first drive of the game. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, get everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day.
Encroachment, defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the Oak. They'll line up for a second down play. Right back to the well. Hard running there. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponent. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Trying to get to him. Finds the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Navy will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Makes the grab. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. The give to the back. Ran through the contact. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that, too? You got touchdown Jesus looking down, and one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front, guys pushing the pile, NFL talent on this offensive line, just having their way, making life easy for these running backs. It is a beautiful thing to see.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, Palmer.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short, coming defense trying to rise up. They'll try to power their way ahead. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the defense is there to stop him short of the first down.
I just don't know how you go wrong with bringing more speed on the field in 3rd down situations. You go dime, you bring 6 defensive backs on the field. Now, not only do you have better guys to cover, but when that QB goes into scramble mode, I got a bunch of fast little guys that can catch him, get on the ground, set up the 4th down and short.
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Irish. They'll try to tack one more on their score.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Oregon has some work to do, but go against this team at your own risk. The program who played in the first ever CFP championship is always a threat to come back. They're trailing by just 4 to Indiana. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
They're strong and they're scrawl. Defensive tackles, they're scrawl. They're such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. To see if the offense can overcome it. Line getting set on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Thorne. He lobs one high down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead.
Notre Dame.
This first quarter as indicated by the stats. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time. Slips through the line. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking to throw, it's Moncrief. They're setting up the screen. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down and much more. Really good execution by this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. This time they'll go to the running game.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, 2 guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly, and it keeps you off balance and really keeps you on your heels.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He makes a grab, and he will score! Touchdown, Fighting Irish! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking downfield, it's Moncrief. Fires to the right. And it's lobbed into the air, and that one's going to be picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way outside towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
A little release to the back. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. Navy will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Looking for a productive play on first down. Handoff from the gun. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down. So play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Quarterback checking off. Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Moncrief. Quickly complete. Knocked down for the tackle.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
4th down coming up.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
I love offensive play callers that are aggressive. Going for it on 4th down, check. In your opponent's territory, now here's an opportunity where you might be able to be aggressive again and take a shot.
Leaves it with the back. And he's brought down after a nice gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down.
Check. 42 Spider. 4-2, go.
Might as well give it to him again. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. On the move. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play, because You've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play 1st and 10 from their own 49. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Thorne. Gets it out fast. Jumped on top of the pile. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on.
Hold it. Open.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Navy will have to punt it away. And the punt will hit at the 7. Rallied, it goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's going to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. And that ball is picked off. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we've joined Kevin with the halftime update. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the 2nd half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Navy offense. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Moose. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the 1st half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st half.
Looking for a man. It's Thorne. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Navy will have to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They feed him again. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Just going to keep it after the snap. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
At the 45-yard line. Good enough for first down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He unleashes a long one. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity. Scanning the field, it's Thorne. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I think the biggest issue in the passing game for this offense has been accuracy, right? The last time this guy took the field, he completed less than 50% of his throws, and you're seeing that again in this game. Just hasn't been able to put the ball where he wants it to go.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Navy will have to punt it away. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got his man. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Got him, and nobody's close. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Back to pass, it's Moncrief. He caught it! He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
What unbelievable toughness by the QB. When you're running a screen, you got to sell deep pass down the field, back up, buy time. Palmer, you got to love the toughness of that guy.
Yeah, and I remember as a quarterback, I used to hate that play call for everything you just said. Because you know you got to hold on to it to the last possible second for the play to be effective. Kudos to him, man. That is one tough dude.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They keep attacking through the air. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Another incompletion on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Navy will go back on the attack. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
To the ground. He's got it again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Thorne. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Smith. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the beatdown has ensued.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him. But they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
All right, for this offensive line now, you've got to gear up. You've got to really start to hone in, understand that if you don't start playing better and you don't start giving this quarterback time, trailing in the second half, needing to throw, you're not going to have a chance to win.
Back to throw, it's Thorne. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Back to the air one more time. On the run, fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. To the air on first down. Get it out on the screen. Finds a little space. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense. A new set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them: calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart, understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that first down marker is.
Headed to the end zone, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Navy! In a lot of loss. You want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can build on.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Oregon has opened up the playbook, and they are scoring in bunches right now. This offense has been electric. They're up by 28 over Indiana. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
42 Spider.
Pulls and fires complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Looks as if he's going to run it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in the fourth quarter game.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Might be looking to run. Lets it fly. Complete downfield. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up.
Here we go.
Quarterback on the keeper. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Illegal flag in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down.
Slide 22. Slide 22.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They're trying to get to it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Pulls it in. It's Mancuso. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. And the holder will put it down on the left hash. A 34-yard attempt coming. It is good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And here comes the Navy offense. Bunch formation trying to spring a guy free. He wants to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15. He's looking to throw. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Got his man on the right.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you can try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points in the score.
Offense getting set for 1st down.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Okay, break. Under. In glue.
The back goes in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down.
Ready.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
Over. Green 25. Ready.
They give it to him again. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, keep the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Get set.
Calls his own number. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
At the 25-yard line.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did.